So just to go over, everyone hopefully knows this by now. Purpose of the National Solar Tour: we want to get everyone involved. Opportunity for local organizations to promote their cause, for local businesses to promote their products, and just essentially providing an outlet for the public, your neighbors, your community to learn more about solar and other sustainable and energy efficient ways of enhancing their homes. ASUS is working with Sun again this year. This is our second year working together. The first year with Kara and I working together. ASUS is managing local tours while Sun is doing these solar open houses, which are single solar tours, essentially just one house, where a local tour is a plethora of solar homes for people to go and check out. Here's a little bit more information about each of our organizations. Also, feel free to go online and learn more about us if you're interested. Some other incentives for people joining the National Solar Tour this year, which if you're on the call, I'm assuming that you filled out our form and you're a part of the tour this year. The National Solar Tour is here to help you promote your tour. We want to help your tour be as successful as it can be, to get the most amount of people at your tour, looking at your homes, learning about sustainable and energy efficient ways to enhance their home. We can do this through social media, email campaigns, our online map and web pages. ASUS did send out a blast to over 50,000 people in our contact list last week with links to our online map. So trying to get some people in the door and visiting your tour. And Sun is doing the same fairly frequently as well. So Solar Open House is essentially all of the houses on your tours. All tour sites are considered solar open houses. And, some are not standalone, while some are. And while they're considered open houses, homeowners are not by any means required to let anyone inside their home. All tours can be outside only, although a lot of people do like going inside other people's homes because, they're always interested in what's going on inside as well. So the official tour dates for this year are October 5th and 6th. But as most of you may know or are aware of, that you can have your tour any weekend around this. We did already actually have a tour that happened this past weekend in Texas. The Bluebonnet Solar Tour was this past weekend and was successful. I just got an email from Lucy talking about how successful it was for them. So we're happy to hear that, and happy to hear that some of the tours are already happening and going strong. And if your tour hasn't happened yet, I want to let you know that we still have tons of resources available for you guys to use. We did mail out the yard signs and tour brochures for those of you that have ordered them. And hopefully you have received all of those things by now. You should have, if not by the end of the week. All other tour resources can be found online. We have some documents available that you can print out at your leisure, sign-in sheets, solar home basics, a couple other, little things that you can print out for people to take and have at your local tour. Yeah, so just to reiterate, the local tour resources, the physical resources, the yard signs and brochures have been mailed out. And then if you do just have any single solar open houses, Sun has been sending out resource packages on like a rolling basis. So if you signed up for any solar open house, you should have received that from Sun, or will receive that within the next week or so. This is the yard sign that we sent out to all of our local tours. And the 2019 brochure is now complete. And here is a sneak peek at it for those of you who haven't gotten to take a look at it yet. This is the cover for this year. We have some new tips on the inside, composting tips, and then a little tidbit about Love My Solar, a postcard campaign. And then here's actually So we did have a deadline for people to be able to get their tour listed in the brochure. But here are all the tours listed by state that we have that were signed up by our August 30th deadline. So anyone who signed up before then is here listed in our tour brochure. This year, we also did add more information on solar storage and battery basics. It's a little tidbit by Solar United Neighbors who we're working with this year, and then some other solar home basics. So this year we did add storage and batteries and some composting basics, frequently asked questions about that. And then if you are interested in having more in the brochure, I know I am. I know I want to put some more information in the tour brochure next year, but if there's anything specific that you have in mind, please let me know. You can email me solartour@ases.org and let me know if there's anything you have in mind for us to include in the brochure next year for you all. So this was the map as of a week ago. It might even be more filled in at this point. But here's a little peek at what we have going on so far all around the United States, a tour in almost every state. Looking to fill this in even more next year, but just a little peek for you guys. So more information. I know most of you guys have seen this if you've been on one of our calls before, but we do have and are offering specific personalized web pages for each tour. So as you can see on the National Solar Tour map, all of the local tours are these little like indigo, purple, blue pinpoints on the map. And then once you click on that, you're able to see a little bit of general information about when the tour is, the time of day. And then you can click on Learn More, and that goes to the personalized web page where you can also have like some more details, photos, and then the RSVP web page for people to sign up and let you know that they're interested in attending your event. So here's an example of what that web page looks like. So photos, details about the tour, and then the RSVP is here on the right-hand side. And for those of you who have one of these web pages, I know Kara has been in contact with you and given you some login information. So you're able to get in and edit any and all of this information, and then also see anyone who's RSVP'd to your local solar tour. This is the first year that we've done this, so there may not be as much activity. You know, this is new for not only ACES and Sun, but also for you guys as local tours, and then also for the people that are looking at attending the local tour. So hopefully you guys are getting some hits on here. And then I have Kara here who can tell us a little bit more about checking the back end of your RSVP web pages. I know you guys are interested in, there's a couple people who are interested in seeing exactly how that works and how people can go to the back end and see exactly who's RSVP'd, how you can get their contact information and reach out to them with details about your tour. Kara, did you have a minute to go over this?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining the call. So I'm going to share my screen and give everybody a walkthrough of how to log in and edit your Solar Open House RSVP your local tour RSVP webpage, as well as how you can see the RSVPs and be able to contact folks. So the first thing you want to do is go to, don't worry about this testing. I just have a special login so I can show you guys and see what it will look like from a local tour organizer user account perspective. So you'll want to type in nationalsolartour.org/admin. And you'll want to put in the email account that you signed up for the local tour with. And then we sent around a password when we created your webpage. But if you forgot that password, you can always just do the lost my password and put in the email address that you signed up with and then get a new password resent to you. You can also just reach out to me at solartour@solarunitedneighbors.org, and I'm happy to reset that password for you. So I'm just going to go here and log in. And this is what the back end of your web page interface will look like. So if you go over to the left-hand side navigation and click on local tours, you will start to see what exactly, well, in your view, it would be a specific local tour, your own, that was listed here. I think I have one here in the open houses that I can show you. So it'll look like this, and you'll just want to go ahead and in order to edit anything on your RSVP webpage, you'll click on the title of your tour, and then you'll have all of this different information that you can edit that will appear differently on your webpage, including adding photos, as we mentioned, just by going here and clicking the add to gallery. And then just make sure to update over here on the right-hand side whenever you make any changes to your webpage. And then this permalink up here at the top is actually the live RSVP link for your local tour. So probably almost everybody has figured that out so far, but just wanted to give folks a quick walkthrough of that in case you haven't yet. So if you're looking to see the folks that have RSVP'd for your local tour, you can go up here to the top left-hand section where it says RSVPs, and you'll see a list of people who have RSVP'd along with the event. So you'll notice that if you're a person who is a local tour organizer that manages the web pages of the different solar open house locations that are part of your local tour, you'll be able to see RSVPs both for the local tour as well as the solar open houses. So that event column will indicate exactly the RSVPs that you're looking at. And then this email section will either provide the email address if the person has opted into allowing us to see their email address. As you'll notice on your RSVP form on your local tour webpage, there is a checkbox that is automatically checked unless someone unchecks it, that asks them to provide permission to provide the tour organizer with their contact information to reach out to them with event updates about the event. And so if people have opted into that, which most people do, you'll see their email address listed here. And then you'll also see the date of your RSVP. So that's kind of nice because if you maybe see a big say you get a local news article about your tour, or you have a big email that goes out from a partner or from your organization, you can kind of see exactly how many RSVPs came from those mechanisms by seeing this. And I think with that, I can stop sharing my screen. Oh, actually, I'll show folks one other thing in addition, but we also have created, and Carly is going to be sending this around after the tour, we've created a online sign-in form that you can use to enter the attendance at your local tour if you would like to. So folks who are organizing these tours from different organizations or even companies might have, your own sign-in mechanism, but in order to get folks who attend your tour kind of counted as part of our larger tour number, as well as to enable ASIS and Solar United Neighbors to be able to thank folks for attending your event and also reach out to them with solar information. They can actually enter that sort of attendance during your event if you would like to do that. And in order to do that, you can put this web address, which is just www.nationalsolartour.org/sign-in/local-tour, and then the ID that you see on this spreadsheet that appears next to your tour's name. And if you enter all of that into a web page URL, then you'll see a sign-in form pop up. So if you would like to offer people the opportunity to receive more information about solar after the event and also be counted as part of the National Solar Tour, we suggest maybe having a tablet, or if you're going to have a laptop up as folks are signing in and they're starting to attend your event, you may want to consider having this web page up to be able to accept attendance. Or if you're using paper sign-in sheets at your event, which we've provided as part of the resources that Carly's made available to local tours, you can also use this same URL to then enter the sign-in information after your event from your sign-in sheets. So just wanted to provide that resource for everyone, and Carly will send this around later on so you can see your actual exact URL. And with that, I will turn it back over to Carly, unless anyone has any questions.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions for Kara about RSVP web pages, the back end, sign-ins, anything before we move on? All right, awesome. We'll go ahead and go through the rest of the slides I have for you all. And just a reminder, I am recording this presentation, so everyone will get sent the whole recording. It'll be video content, so you can see the presentation as well, and I'll be sending that out, as well as the information Kara has been talking about with the sign-in. Everyone has like a specific, ID, so you'll get all of that information as well. All right, so speaking of resources, nationalsolartour.org/host resource kit has an abundance of downloadable content that you can print and use for your tour as you see necessary. As well, I've created some short links here for you to copy and paste if you'd like, or type in. The NST resources is a Dropbox where we have a customizable press release, sponsor package, the sign-in sheet, solar home basics, all of the stuff that you can again download and print. And then the NST media, National Solar Tour media, this link includes some example social media graphics, some typography for like newsletters and, Twitter posts and all that kind of stuff. So here you can see and kind of look up some of the resources online that we have for you all. So speaking about social media marketing, we have, Sun and ASUS, we all have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And so I know some of you already have been sharing your local tours on social media, and we've been working on reposting and liking and regramming and all of that fun stuff. So be sure to keep that up, and we can help market your tour on all of our social media platforms. And then again, here is that link for you all to get some of those social media graphics and posts for you to use. It's another little peek at them. So then you can edit these and type in your information in these little blank areas. And here's what I was talking about, some of the example posts for Facebook and Twitter, where you can kind of customize them to kind of fit your needs for your tour and your dates. And then again, just always be sure to tag ASUS and Sun so we can share, and everyone in our community can also see when your tour is. Here's the customizable online newsletter. So this would be great if you're in like an HOA or your local government. They can share. We have like the Daily Camera in Boulder that has some online newsletters that come out, and they can share your information. So local press is a really big thing as far as marketing for your tour, to be sure you get the word out about your tour and you can get people in your local community to come and see all of the homes on your tour. This has been an extremely successful form of marketing for the National Solar Tour. So again, in our resources, we have a sample press release, some newsletter wording, and all of that, so you can send this out and get people in your community to share more about when your tour is and how people can join your tour. So here's an example of the customizable press release. So any of the text that's in red is essentially yours to fill in. So your organizational name or the name of your tour, the name of your community, you can all fill that in. And this is like a couple pager that you can just send out to your local newspaper, and they can share for you. I know a couple people have used it already, which is great. And we've gotten some hits on some Google alerts about the National Solar Tour with people using this, which has been great to see. So I hope you all continue to do that. Other marketing ideas, getting old school, creating some flyers to post around your local communities, such as libraries, coffee shops, city centers. We also recommend, and Kara has talked about before on a call, forming partnerships with local community officials, so then they can share the information about your tour with their channels, and then asking, their community members to spread the word as well. Another good form of marketing is actually to partner with maybe your local solar installer, and they can get some of their customers to join on your tour and talk to some people and talk to their neighbors and tell them to come and join your tour as well. And then for anyone, I know Jane Ward was on the call or still is for the Cape Cod tour, and she has been successful in maybe getting some local sponsors. And we are offering, a customizable local sponsor package for anyone looking to get some extra funds for the local tour. We have the National Solar Tour brochure, but maybe you're looking to make a specific tour brochure for just your tour where you can list out the specific solar open houses on your tour and kind of where they're located, have a little map of all these places. I know our local solar tour in Boulder has done this in the past. So receiving funds for this and finding local sponsors is a really, really great way to get that paid for if you don't have the funds. So feel free to download this and send this out to some people who may be interested in sponsoring your tour or event. So the sign-in sheet, if you're not going to have like a tablet or computer out at your event, we strongly urge you to have the paper sign-in sheet available for us to get some contacts and, get a total number of people who have been attending your specific tour and broadly the National Solar Tour, so we can get an accurate head count. It would be amazing for you guys to have this out at your tour so we can keep track of all of that. So you can print these out in our Dropbox. I'll also send these out to you in an email, so it's easy for you guys to download and just print out, front, back, be as environmentally friendly as possible if we're unable to do the digital version, just asking for people's, names, emails, and then where they're at and how far they've come to visit your tour. So that's some more interesting information to find out as well. And then I know Kara's talked about this before, and I don't know, Kara, if you want to give us an update on some of the partner signups.
Yeah, definitely. So we're really excited to have over 140 solar installation companies and supporting organizations all around the country that have signed up to partner on the National Solar Tour. Many folks on this call are part of organizations who have partnered, and we obviously really appreciate your support and involvement. By signing on as a partner, which you can still do at nationalsolartour.org/partner if you're part of an organization or a company that hasn't yet signed on, it gives us an opportunity to highlight and feature you on the National Solar Tour website, and also to provide you with additional resources and materials to help spread the word about all of the events happening on the tour. But we really just want to take the opportunity to really thank and highlight all of the many groups that really make the National Solar Tour possible. So if you know of anyone, or if you're part of an organization that isn't currently featured on the National Solar Tour website, which we feature all of our partners at nationalsolartour.org/partners, not to be confused with /partner. But you'll see a link on either of those pages to be able to sign up to partner as well.
Awesome. Thank you for the update. And then let's see. So we will be sending out a local organizer survey to everyone that's on this call, everyone who's hosting a tour, all of our tour contacts. So be sure to stay tuned for a link to this survey so we can make the tour even more successful next year and any of the years after. We want to be sure we're supporting you the best that we can. And if there's anything that we could do better, we want to know about it. So take a look out for that. We'll have that out within the next month before the next solar tour call in October. So our final tour call will be held on October 23rd, regular noon Mountain Time on this platform. Again, this will be our last meeting. Actually, on this platform for next year, we will be hopefully moving to GoToMeeting. So we'll have a little bit of a different platform and hopefully more reliable. I know some people have been having issues with their microphones and listening in. So I know that's something we can do better, and we're going to do that for everyone next year. So it's a little bit of a smoother experience for everyone on our monthly calls. And just a reminder for everyone for contact information, solartour@aces.org. That's me. That's for anyone hosting a local tour, anyone who's interested in doing a local solar tour. Feel free to reach out to me, ask me anything. I'm also organizing our monthly meetings, the brochure and yard sign orders, and then access to your spreadsheet of solar open houses on the Google Drive. And then Kara is solar tour at solarunitedneighbors.org. She is with Solar United Neighbors, and she's handling the local tour webpage questions. If you're just hosting a single solar open house or have someone who's interested in doing that, they can contact her, as well as the broader nationalsolartour.org website and general map updates. So that is all of the information I have for you for our call today, but I'm going to go ahead. Looks like Andy and Jane are wondering about some yard signs and brochure orders. Unfortunately, the deadline for those was August 30th. So we're unable to do any more orders of yard signs and brochures. We had to have a little bit of leeway there to make sure that everyone got their orders in time. There were some people that, again, had their tour this past weekend. So we wanted to make sure we had all of the content out for everyone at that point. But next year, we are going to look at kind of reconfiguring that. Sun this year is fulfilling orders on a rolling basis, which we might look at joining them and doing next year as well for our local tours, and providing a resource kit that might have a little bit more than just the brochures and yard signs, but that is to come, and some questions that'll be listed on the survey for you guys to fill out for us. And then Joel, thank you for your recommendation about Zoom. We have looked into that as well. And then Dave, how many total houses, including those on tours, are signed up as of now? Kara, do you have an update on how many solar open houses we have currently?
Yeah, definitely. So we're over 850 solar open house events on the tour. And we are also up to, I believe, 79 local multi-site solar tours. And you can also always see the updated numbers of all of the events that are happening. If you go to nationalsolartour.org/map on a computer, we have a updated sort of ongoing count at the top of the page that you can check out. So yeah, we're really excited. Last year we had, I forget exactly how many local tours. I want to say it was like around 60. And we had 680 individual solar open house events. So we're already over 850, which is really exciting. And many of those open houses have come from or are participating in as part of local tours. So that's why it's so awesome when great organizers like all of you are kind of willing to let us list the local tour sites that you're organizing on the national map as well, because we can help promote them and help really like highlight the work that you're already doing on the ground. I also just wanted to quickly mention one other update, which is for local tour organizers who have sent us or entered into their spreadsheet solar open house sites on their local tours. All of those sites now that we are aware of are updated on the national map, as well as linked to your local solar tour webpage if we created one for you. So if everybody who's on the call can just take a moment at some point over the next couple of days and just double check that all of your sites are appearing correctly on the National Solar Tour map, as well as on your local tour web pages. And if you have any questions or updates, we have many emails coming in every day, so we're trying to keep up with them as much as possible, but definitely want to make sure all of your information is being displayed correctly. So if you have any edits that you need made, please send them to me at solartour@solarunitedneighbors.org, and I would be more than happy to make those ASAP for you. And then one other thing I think Carly may have mentioned briefly, but as you're having your events, definitely take photos of folks interacting at your event. Of course, ask permission before taking photos. But if you do have any photos that you're willing to share with Solar United Neighbors and ACES, we'll definitely be doing, highlights, even like Facebook album probably and whatnot, to kind of display all of the different events and local tours that happened. So we'd love to, again, be able to feature your tour after the fact by featuring some of your photos as part of our promotion of how the tour went. So definitely just make sure if you're able to take pictures. I know it can be complicated depending on how many folks you have that are coordinating your tour, but we'd love to see those photos and hear all about how your tour went.
Yeah, Kara, that's a great reminder. Thank you. Yeah, anyone who has
I have
already.
a suggestion.
Oh, yeah.
I have a suggestion to share. I came across a publicity thing that I had not thought of before that is going to work, I think, very well. Our local power company has a number of incentives for things like heat pump water heaters and things like that. And I went to them just on a long shot and said, "You've got brochures for things you're offering rebates for. I've got all those things in my house. I think we have a win-win here." And I'm setting up a display table for them in my open house, and they're going to be pushing out Facebook posts and also putting a link to my tour on their Facebook site.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, definitely. Partnerships with organizations is
Yeah,
great.
win-win, free publicity, like that kind.
Yeah, that's perfect, and that's a great suggestion, Dave. Thank you. Yeah, for anyone who is looking to get some more publicity out about your event, definitely partner with some of local installers, your local utility. That's a great reminder. And yeah, for anyone taking photos, you can send them and email them directly to Kara or I. I'm sure we'll probably throw them all in the Google Drive somewhere. But yeah, if you can email them directly to us, solartour@aces.org and solartour@solarunitedneighbors.org. We'd love to have photos from your event and share them and let people know how successful and amazing it was. So Karen asked, solar open houses that signed up after August 30th. Unfortunately, we won't be able to send you yard signs if it was after the 30th. That was our deadline this year. Again, maybe next year, if that's too soon for people, we can look at changing that up, because I know, some people didn't have everything figured out at that point yet. And then same thing with brochures, but we can definitely work on that next year and see about changing some of the timing if we're able to. It is difficult because, especially with the brochures, the timing of the printing and everything, we need at least a couple of weeks. And then Facebook post templates, Austin, great question. So if you want to go to aces.org/tour, we have a menu tab that is media resources, and we have some example Facebook posts in there. And then as far as the actual content, you can find those in our Dropbox, which is actually in this little link that I had up here, short link that I created for the Dropbox. So the bit.ly/NST media includes all the example social media graphics. And then I'll be sure, I believe I sent out some of the templates in the email reminder to you guys, but I can be sure to send those out again for you. And Austin, I will send out these slides along with this whole recording video of our meeting today. It does take a couple hours to compile the recorded content. So either by the end of, at the latest tomorrow, end of day, everyone will have the slides and content and recording of this video. Does anyone have any other questions for us to go over today?
Brief comment, replying to Joel, who mentions that I have an enlightened utility, unlike some of us. In the state of Washington, it's not that they're enlightened, it's that they're required by the state to have climate action plans, and those include promoting things and having rebates. So it is. So even though they're not enlightened, you find people within the organization, like the guy who's responsible for publicizing those, who is enlightened.
Right. Yeah. No, my utility does not do net metering. It's just kind of a grudging acceptance of solar. They really want you to do buy all, sell all, which doesn't work. So I have a power wall, so I just don't give them any power back.
Understood.
Joel, where are you located?
North Carolina. I'm on a rural electric utility co-op.
Gotcha. And what tour are you a part of?
I'm the North Carolina Sierra Club Croatan group.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm the organizer of that group.
Yeah, thank you, Joel. Thank you so much for hosting this year. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and thank you everyone on the call today for hosting a tour. We're really, really excited and, you know, really hoping for a super successful tour this year. As Kara talked about, we have over 800 solar open houses signed up and over 80 local tours. So I think it's going to be really successful this year. Does anyone have any other questions or comments?
Well, just one other comment, and that is, as you look for replacing the communications program that you're using, I have a Zoom license that allows me to do up to 100 simultaneous sessions. And if you are interested in trying that out for example, the last call, just let me know, and we can talk about how you could try that and see if you like it before you buy it.
Yeah, definitely. We've looked at Zoom before. Really, the only thing that keeps us from using it is that it's like a downloadable application where GoTo and this, like, you don't have to download anything to use it. You just kind of go to a link.
Yeah.
Depending on the, like, whatever internet you're using, like, it depends on whether or not you can download it. That's the only hump with Zoom.
Yeah. Yep, I spend a lot of my time on these online meetings, and this is the one that my company has changed to because it works better than anything else we've tried.
Okay, have you tried
GoTo? That's just my yeah. Mm-hmm. I've tried GoToMeeting, I've tried WebEx, I've tried BlueJeans, I've tried pretty much all of them.
Wow. All right. Well, I will definitely be in contact with you. It's good to know. All right. Any other questions or comments about National Solar Tour? Anything else we can assist you with, or any other resources we can offer? All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being on the call today. We're, ending a couple minutes early, but if anything else comes up, feel free. If there's anything, you forgot to ask or comment about on the call today, but again, I'll be sure to send out the presentation and the recording of today's video. And thank you again for being on the call, and we'll talk to you next month. I hope everyone has a super successful tour. And yes, please be in contact with me if anything comes up. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. So just to go over, everyone hopefully knows this by now. Purpose of the National Solar Tour: we want to get everyone involved. Opportunity for local organizations to promote their cause, for local businesses to promote their products, and just essentially providing an outlet for the public, your neighbors, your community, to learn more about solar and other sustainable and energy efficient ways of enhancing